Hello, welcome in Daily Newspaper Editorials Radio program. Now headline: Indian industry need innovation, not mindless toil. The Hindu: A new age of imperialism. Priyanjali Malik. Now headline in detail: Indian industry needs innovation, not mindless toil. The Hindu: With an over-reliance on cheap labor for growth, captains of the Indian industry have been shooting themselves in the foot. Jayan Jose Thomas is a professor of economics at the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Delhi. A few months ago, this writer and his colleague interviewed migrant industrials work in Ludhiana, Punjab for a research project. The respondent worked in factories producing garments, auto components, and other products for 11 hours to 12 hours a day. When orders were high, they worked for days on end without a break. Away from the shop floor, their working hours were spent almost entirely on cooking and in their daily commute, competing with the cheap labor advantage. By publicly expressing their preference for having longer working hours, industry bosses have inadvertently confirmed a well-known and not much discussed fact. Indian industry continue to derive its competitive advantage mainly from cheap labor rather than technology and innovation. In the developed world, the mode of surplus extraction underwent a transformation long ago, from making workers labor longer hours to employing them more efficiently with superior technologies and management practice based on workers' conditions. During the Industrial Revolution in Britain in the 18th century, Marx wrote in its work Beowulf, hunger for surplus labor capital oversteps even the merely physical maximum bounds of the working day. It is still the time required for the consumption of fresh air and sunlight. It haggles over a meal time, losing out on innovation. The relations between the small and large firms in India have not been mutually enriching of the kind that prospered in Japan, but instead have been enfeebling the small firms even more. In interviews the writer had with them over the year, the owners of small firms highlighted issues relating the payment for the pot of components they supply. The bigger firms typically delay these payments several months after receiving the supply, leaving the small firm owners desperate for fresh funds to run their factories. The big firms refuse to pay more for more parts despite increase in material and other production related costs, encouraging a race to the bottom competition among the small firms. All these are at a time when small firms are weakened by inadequate state support, especially bank credit, and rising competition from cheaper imports. The garment industry, however, with the over reliance on cheap labor for growth, the Indian industry has been shooting itself is foot hindering its forward movement in the long run, especially globally. A case in point in India's garment industry experience on expect a labor surplus India to outshine other countries in this low wage industry. However, India's share of the worldwide export of garments has remained stagnant at 3.1% over the last 2 decades. China, Bangladesh, and Vietnam have considerably outperformed India in the garment industry. Chinju Johnny and its writer Economic and Political Weekly August 2024 have argued that the main barrier to progress for India in this industry in the reluctance shown by the capitalist to modernize firm. They lack the ambition to go beyond the limited advantage that low wages offer them in the domestic and niche segments of the export markets. In the garment industry which Western multinational companies dominate. A new age of imperialism, the rhetoric rhetoric form, the White House signals a new world order that is nasty and British, and in which might makes right Priyanjali Malik writes on politics and international relations. In earnest, him in Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, a character is asked how to went bankrupt gradually and then suddenly he says, "Suto perhaps with the rules-based international order that has governed relations between member states after the dicing first weeks to the second Trump presidency. There 3 years ago when Russia invaded Ukraine, the violation of the UN character by a permanent member of the Security Council, several tested two principles upon which the post-war order had been built. It exposed the fragility of an open rule-based international system founded on the three pillars economic system founded on the three pillars economic integration through a global trading system and international financial institutions, collective security based on sovereign equality and self determination. However, today the US has switched from backing Ukraine to echoing Russia in a repudiation of the character principles. This has dealt a body blow to the UN-based system of global governance, the birth of the World War. The current World War rose from the ashes of World War II over several conferences between 1941 and 1945. The US, the UK, and the Soviet Union agreed to the formation of an international organization based on collective security to maintain peace and manage relations between states as sovereign equals beneath two lofty principles by a hard-nosed recognition that loyalty to the system rested on calculation of self-interest. It was therefore decided at the Tehran Conference in 1943 between Winston Churchill, their Roosevelt and Joseph Stalin that the organization would enforce peace through four policemen, the US, Britain, then still an imperial power, the Soviet Union and China. The latter two were needed to fight Japan by the Yalta Conference of 1945. France was included at the top table, mainly the deal with terror, territories that had been occupied by the Third Reich. That leaves China, which was propped up Russia through its Ukraine adventure. Beijing enthusiasm regarding Taiwan has so far been held in check by the US security guarantees in East and Southeast Asia. America retreat leaves China free to consider delivering on its claims to Taiwan. India would to bail the remember that China has never accepted the MC Mohan line suddenly, along with the world order, our neighborhood too is starting to look more insecure. Thank you.